Dallas has a new star in Paige Bueckers. I think that's official now, officially official. You can't really get around the attention that she's drawn, the hype that has come to the Wings organization, and I guess the deading of the idea that she wasn't going to play there. Her intro press conference, I thought was a little awkward at times because she was asked about that. Curt Miller was asked if there was ever a time they thought that Paige wouldn't sign on the dotted line and, things like that. And then there was the cowboy hat and the cowboy boots, which just, it's a funny image to see Paige Bueckers don that sort of apparel because that's just something we haven't seen her in before, as the team posted Cowgirl Era Unlocked.
We have Texas starter pack. Hey! I'm lit.
Got the boots now too.
Ooh, thank you. Oh yeah. Straight to the bar.
But pretty cool to see Paige donning the apparel, getting into the Dallas mood and all that. And, the cowgirl aspect of it is very interesting as well when it comes and it pertains to Paige. But she looks good in the uniform. I mean, the first photo of her wearing the uniform went viral online. She had the cool Kobe's on as well, but she just looks good in that new WNBA uniform. There you see it for the Dallas Wings. The colors are fitting. That looks a little bit more natural for her than the cowboy hat and the cowboy boots, though she wore those well as well. And, with Luka Doncic out of Dallas, I've seen a lot of the local media spin it that way. They go like, oh, Luka's gone and now you're the star. What's that like? And with a town that loses a star like that, it's only going to be good for Paige's profile and how much she's going to be hyped. In fact, she was even dubbed the hottest thing in Dallas by one of the reporters.
I'm just curious how you feel that you're probably the hottest thing in Dallas right now.
I mean, I would say the weather's probably hotter than me. I'm excited for it too. So different in Connecticut and Minnesota, so I'm excited for that.
Paige is from Minnesota, obviously played at Connecticut under the legendary Geno Auriemma, who had a hell of a flex yesterday too. I wasn't even thinking of showing that, but he did a thing with all his rings on the table, and that was a big time social media bit. Well, since I'm mentioning it, let me show you that before I get to what her new boss had to say. This was Geno Auriemma. I only thought of it because she mentioned Connecticut just now, and I forgot how amusing I thought this was.
How am I going to get all these on? Jeez. These hurt. And I know people who wear these wherever they go. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. After a while, you run out of shapes. You run out of styles. It's a good problem to have, right? I like this one because we made that logo like really iconic, that C-ball logo.
I mean, pretty good. Pretty good there from Geno. The last ring, of course, coming with Paige Bueckers, a very emotional connection between those two, a long time. And it just seems awkward to see her sitting up there with the new coach of the Wings and anybody else other than UConn people. But this is what Curt Miller had to say about the acquisition of Paige Bueckers.
Comes off a national championship, one of the most decorated collegiate players, one of the most efficient players in college basketball history. For her career, she's over 50% field goal, over 40% from the three-point line, and nearly 90% from the foul line. So nearly for her career, 50, 40, 85. So media, I know every practice that you're going to want to talk to Paige at the end of the practice. We will be shooting extra foul shots so we can get to that 90 so she can be the 50, 40, 90. But
so that's a little bit out of the Geno playbook to motivate Paige. But all jokes aside, I mean, it's a great thing for the WNBA. It's a great thing for the WNBA that Paige is in Dallas and that Paige has this star profile and that there's another star coming into the league on the heels of Caitlin Clark last year and another guard. Because the WNBA historically has not been a very guard-heavy league. A lot of bigs, even the wings haven't been that prolific throughout the history of the league. Because when you go back and you think about the greats and even the current greats, most of them have been bigs. I mean, you have other players, obviously Taurasi and Sue Bird and Clark now and so on and so forth. There are guards and there are wings in the past who have been very good. Cynthia Cooper, not a big, but regardless, when you take into how much the adjustment period has been tough for guards and how much it has been a big driven league, if there is another guard who can come in and succeed, that's only going to boost the natural rivalries, the head-to-head matchups. When Bueckers goes against Clark, obviously, when Bueckers goes against Kelsey Plum or Jewel Lloyd or whomever the case may be throughout the WNBA season, that will be something to watch. Now, she's going to have to back it up. She gets thrown right into the fire, and it's not easy. It's not easy to go straight from college right to the pros. And she has a little bit less of a, the whole reality is coming narrative and a little bit less pressure because I don't think there's people going against her due to the backlash to her popularity. But nonetheless, you're going to have competitors out there wanting to shut her down. And she's going to have to learn, she picked her spots very well with UConn, but her team is not going to be so talented that other players are going to carry her. I mean, Arike Ogunbowale can carry the scoring load, of course, but it's not like when UConn's on the floor and Sarah Strong might be the best player on the floor for a given game, or AZ Fudd, the best player for the Final Four, most outstanding player. Paige is going to have to be a leader for the wings immediately in order for them to succeed. They have a whole makeover of the team. Nalissa Smith is there now, who I did not think highly of on the court with the Fever last year. She gets a fresh start. Dejanay Carrington there, of course, who plays really good defense and adds that element to that team. But this is a rebuilding project for Curt Miller and company, and Paige Bueckers is going to be expected to lead the way. And that's just the nature of the biz, right? Number one pick, biggest star. They're giving her all the coverage, cowboy hats, cowboy boots, and all that. She's going to have to back it up. But regardless, it is great for her. It is great for the league. And hopefully, she does thrive in Dallas. And then all of a sudden, the Wings are another team people care about. The Fever obviously are the team, but you've got the Liberty, you've got the Aces, you've got the Sky, and now you've got Dallas amongst others. But especially, Paige putting that franchise on the map a bit.